So I know that mods are not made for everyone, but I personally have been downloading a lot of mods lately for my own personal gameplay that I thought, why not share my top 12 must-have mods for better gameplay in The Sims 4? Because trust me friends, you will want to download every single mod ASAP. You will not be disappointed. All the things will be linked down below in the description, but let's go ahead and get into it. So the first mod I want to show you is the UI Cheats mod by weerbesu, and I think it's probably one of the most essential mods to have in your game if you're a micromanager, machinima creator, story-driven game player, everyday simmer. I think you desperately need this, especially if you want to change things on a dime like very quickly. So the way this mod works that I love to do pretty much 99% of the time is always deleting unwanted moodlets that I don't like. Like my sim over here named Camilla Roos is very sad because of a dead friend. Now, she's not really sad because she hates that sim. So all you gotta do is basically right click on any moodlet that you don't want, and then basically it's gone forever until something else happens. But the other cool vital thing that I love doing is also changing like the lunar cycle sometimes. I like changing the time of day. You can also change the weather if you have seasons installed. Like if you want to change it to sunny, to like windy or heat wave or snow, matter of fact, or even thunderstorms, you can do that. You also have the option to change the eco footprint to whatever you want that came with eco lifestyle. But also if you love like a good rags to riches or like making your sims broke and poor without doing any like the money cheats, all you gotta do is right click on the money little thing at the very bottom. You can change the simoleons to higher or lower, set it or add more to your household funds. You can change the galactic credits that came with Batu. You also can add bits and pieces that came with eco lifestyle. The other fun part about the UI cheats mod is that you can also remove any traits that you don't want. You also can actually change the milestones. You also can unlock any milestone that is the one that's next up. You also can change the age progression if you have like any other like sims that are getting too old or too young and you just want to change it ever so slightly, you can also do that as well. But the other fun thing about the UI cheats mod is like I like drama. So I like to stir up a little chaos with the relationships sometimes. So you can just basically right click on any sim in your relationship panel and change the relationship values to be higher or lower. You can do like negative like 66 or like, I don't know, 77 or 66 and cheat the relationship, and basically it'll automatically change the relationship to the sim and also to the other sim as well. I think we all know at this point the UI cheats mod is so vital and so good, but we also know that sims like to be very hungry or very sleepy at very unconventional times. So I always cheat my sims like energy, sometimes like their hunger to be a little bit lower or higher, their social. Like there's a lot of things that you can basically micromanage anything to kind of make the game what you want rather than the game doing its own thing by itself. So the other mod I want to show you is by littlemssam, and it's called the Sul Sul Weather App, and I think it's really good to use just in case if you want to travel to a different world like Willow Creek or Oasis Springs or Chestnut Ridge or any world that you have installed in your game at that point. And I like doing this sometimes because usually most of the time it's like raining in Willow Creek but not raining in Oasis Springs, and it's so weird, but I like checking that for the realism side. So the way you check it is going to your phone and clicking the Sul Sul Weather App, and you'll be able to check the weather in any world that you have installed. Now with littlemssam, they have different like files that you can choose from for the worlds that you have currently in your game. I have all the packs, so I have all the worlds, and I can check any world that I want. And we're gonna actually check a little bit of San Sequoia. Right now we are in Newcrest at this current moment. And when you check the icon, it'll say current weather, which right now in San Sequoia, it's partly cloudy and the temperature is actually warm. And each world has their own different weather patterns and also temperature patterns as well. So the other mod that I like to use is also by littlemssam, and it's called the automatic thermostat mod. And if you have seasons installed, you'll be able to do this. But once you put down the thermostat on any surface, you click on it and click activate automatic thermostat. And what will this do is actually have your sim prompt them to go ahead and activate it. And what will happen is that each time the weather pattern changes outside for the temperature, it will also change on the indoors. Like if it's snowy and cold outside, the heat will turn on the house itself. So what will happen is now that it's on, it's set to cold because it's very hot outside. But if we use the UI cheats mod and change the temperature outside, I don't know, let's say like a blizzard or something like that, it'll change the thermostat to heat, so that's warm on the inside. And I just like love the touch of like realism that it brings to the game, because sometimes we don't like it being too hot or too cold in the indoors, especially when the weather changes every once in a while. So when I tell you I love Little Miss Sam's mods, I really do, because this next mod is also by Little Miss Sam, and it's called the Social Activities mod. And it's so in depth of how many activities you can do with a sim family via rabbit hole. And I think it's very vital for like story driven gameplay, or just like if you're a family game player, you'll definitely love this mod. So the way it works is you go to your phone and you click social activities, and it has a list of all these different activities you can choose from for toddlers, the whole family, vacation, holiday activities. And if you click on activities for toddlers, for example, you can actually send any toddler to daycare for like a couple of hours. It'll cost your Sims money. They'll have some fun, make some friends, learn new things. Like if you want to boost their skills, their friendships, or just get them out of the house for a couple of hours, this is a good way to do that, especially if you have a household full of toddlers for the 100 baby challenge. But I think what I really love about the social activities mod is that I do like sometimes going on vacation with them, and it's like a little mini vacation. For like 2 sim days, they'll travel either alone or with friends and family, and you can also take your toddlers with you on said vacation if you would like to. So we can choose pretty much any one up to 8 Sims on this vacation. And what will happen is that they will go on said vacation via rabbit hole. So that's kind of like exciting that they can go on vacation, go to these rabbit hole activities, and come back feeling refreshed, happy, and excited. But the way this works is like when your Sims are able to go on said vacations or activities, they usually get some type of moodlet saying, mini vacation, what a great vacation on Mars that was, whether climbing up to the top on the active volcano or lazing on the pristine beach that was Mars, wasn't it? Like sometimes you'll get like random like little moodlets from different activities that you do that kind of showcase what they did or how they feel, whether happy, sad, or very angry. Sometimes, usually it's always happy. So the next mod is called the Summer Camp mod by adeepindigo, and it's so cool to use mainly during, of course, the summer season, but I like using it for like my small little kids to go to like away camp or day camp, but it does work for children and teens, but it also does cost your sim 350 simoleons per child. Now, you can do this through your phone or through your computer, mainly for the kids and teens alone. It doesn't work where parents can sign up their kids for like summer camp. So I'm gonna have my sim Lorraine, who's a very smarty pants and wants to go to academic enrichment camp. So we're gonna go through our computer and click sign up for camp. And it says summer camps are available during summer season. Camps last 5 days, Monday through Friday for day camps and Saturday to Sunday for away camp. Now, once they sign up and pay their 350 simoleons, they will have a choice of which camp they would like to go to. And I think it's so cool that there's like a list of options like academic enrichment camp, art camp, band camp, gymnastics. The list goes on and on and on, and they're gone for 5 days. And after 5 days, they come back and then get back to their regular day-to-day, school schedule, or until they age up into the next age, of course. Now, it doesn't go into effect until the next following day, so you basically have the whole day to kind of prep your sim for summer camp. Now, this next mod is by Ravishing, and it's called the Sim Portrait Maker mod, and it's so good to use if you like making gallery walls or making them as gifts, or just wanted to keep them in a keepsake box for generations to come to pass them down. And it's so cute because the way it works is like based on your Sim's like icon, like over here, it'll make a Sim portrait of the current one, and you'll have it in your inventory, and you can put it wherever you want. So you'll have 2 little items, either a flash drive or a floppy disk, which most people don't know what that is. I was born in 1996. I've seen one, never used one, but I know how it works, I think. Either way, you have 2 little items, and then you also have this little sim portrait that you definitely need for these 2 items to work properly. At least for me, it does. So you can click on one of them and you can click Photo Studio, and you have all these options right here to either create a photo GIF, improve the photo quality, transfer the photo, canvas or cross stitch, or make a sim portrait. Now we're gonna do a sim portrait, and the way it works is like we have these little sim icon portraits we can choose from, and click on any of them, and then it will create a sim portrait in our Sims inventory. And I think it's so cute because like toddlers are adorable. So are elders and teenagers and kids and whatever. But I like that there's like a high quality photo of my sim that I can put on their wall, or make it like a small little name tag, which by the way, you can give it a photo description and name. And this is actually Axel Rose, and he is a toddler. You can put like his age for like if you're very detailed with that. You can like kind of describe everything about that sim. That way you can see what they were like when they were younger. And once you hover over it, it'll say Axel Rose, toddler, 3 years old, no preschool, and also the like the owner of that said portrait. You can change the rotation to like landscape or portrait to wherever you want. You also have another chance to do more things of changing said photo, but lo and behold, you kind of see what happens when you have a sim portrait. Of course, we can always add more to said sim portrait. We can add Camilla, we can add in Mr. Emmett, we can also add in Mrs. Lorraine, and it's like you have a portrait of each and every sim in your household, and then being able to make a little gallery type of thing. And it's so like really cute that we have these little things like to our disposal that we couldn't have before. So thank you to Ravishing for this mod, because I like the idea of it and the way it's like it's there. Now when you go into your inventory, you can actually also gift it to other sims, and if you want to do it that way, of course it's the same thing. Create a photo GIF of any kind that you want. Now, I love a good personalized calendar for this. And you can actually click on it of any item and make sure you actually have the photo created so you can make said photo. And we are gonna choose Mr. Emmett Roos here. And what will happen, it'll make that said item and put into your Sims inventory. And we'll be able to take it out, put it on the wall, and there we go. And it's so cute, our little personalized calendar. We can customize the print, we can add any moodlets to it, whether it's a happy, sad, or whatever. We can set the photographer to whatever we want to get more photo details. You also have the option to rotate it, change the photo description, filter. Like, it's so cute. Like the grain, the like changing the photo, like if we want to change it to like Camilla, we could do that. It's like undone. Ravishing's brain is gigantic. I got to meet Ravishing in person and she's amazing. And this next mod is also by Ravishing, and it's called the Sims newspaper stand. And we actually already have one of these things in debug, but they're not functional. They're usually like kind of laying around town, just standing there doing nothing. But Ravishing made it functional where your Sims can get newspapers. And I think it's so cool that that can happen. So when your Sim like clicks on this little item over here, they can either get breaking news daily, or they can subscribe to Sims Daily, where they get a newspaper every day. Alrighty, so Camilla's gonna go and grab one. She grabs one and it's automatically in her inventory for 23 hours. Now, the newspaper does change like the general like style of it from like old to new. And once you click on said newspaper, you'll be able to check for discounts, read daily affirmations, daily jokes, or news briefing. And I think it's so cool that they can check out for like discounts around town, and they'll be able to see what's going on and what they can get at an earlier like rate. So once they check, they kind of see what's going on, and they get a buddy discount from the known trait. If it's a discount that is wanted, it pays to be known around town. So they get moodlets attached to said newsstand. Now, this next mod is also by Ravishing, and it's another fun mod I like to use from time to time, and it's called Bus Upon a Time, and it's basically in the title, a bus, another travel mod, where you can basically travel to any world that you have disposal in your game, whether it's a standard world to travel to or a hidden world. And you can actually click on this little bus stand right here, and get yourself a little bus pass. But if you do get this one, it does cost 250 simoleons, but you do get a discounted like rate when traveling. Without it, it does cost your sim 5 simoleons to a general venue, or to a hidden world, it will cost your sim about 10 simoleons each time, traveling back and forth, which is kind of crazy, but 10 simoleons ain't that bad. But I do like this though, because if you're a storyteller or you just want to travel to different worlds for different photos or whatever, you're able to travel to said hidden worlds, like the high school years auditorium or Copperdale High, or even like the royal pools or the temples, or even the hermit's house. Like these hidden worlds are not accessible through like going to them however you want, but you can only do it through gameplay, especially like the get to work worlds. For example, you can only go to these worlds if your sim is actually in the career or your sim is having a baby for the hospital part. But I like this though, because it's a great way to showcase different worlds to travel to for different scenes for storytelling. And so we're gonna have Miss Camilla go and buy a little pass for her little inventory for her travel needs, and you'll get a bus pass in your little inventory. You can also click on it and also transport to other said hidden or standard worlds. So now that we're at the Newcrest gym, the next mod I would like to show you is the Flowfit mod by the simrealist. Now this mod is really fun for like new workout equipment, attire, and it's fully functional. It works exactly the same as the treadmills and also the other machines that we get in base game and fitness stuff and spa day. But what I like so much about it is that they're a new design and it all functions. As you can see, Miss Becca Clark is running on the new treadmill from the Flowfit mod. Camilla is working on the like rowboat machine, and it comes with new animations for both the elliptical and also the rowboat and also the little stepper thing over here. But I like the movement. It's not stuttery. It's not like any crazy and chunky and like crusty. It's smooth, easy, and it just looks so nice. So we're gonna have Camilla come over here and change the workout machine to this little elliptical. As you can see, it works exactly the same. Like, my parents have one of these machines in their house and I love it. We have gyms around town. We have the rowboat, we have the treadmill, and we even have like this little stepper over here that I think is another great machine to use. Oh, never mind. It's taken by Knox Greenberg. He's using the climber. So as you can see, it does work very, very smoothly. So this next mod is called the Bed Cuddle mod by the Pancake One, and it's so cute, but it's a smaller mod, but I like it because I like having romantic sims cuddle in bed like we had in the Sims 2 and the Sims 3 days. We needed that in the Sims 4. So with this mod, it is possible, and the animation is so cute and adorable that it's very subtle, but it makes a bigger difference, especially if you love romantic styled type of gameplay, especially when your sims are in the bed together, whether they're married or not. But having this like little mod right here is like very cute, and what will happen is they'll autonomously cuddle in bed with their significant other, and it's so cute but so little and just like very nice. And when you want to have them cancel out the whole cuddling session, what they'll do is they'll kiss the other person on the forehead and they'll just slide over to the other side to wake up and do other things. But they'll also get a fun little moodlet from it as well after the whole cuddling session, saying lovers comfort. There's nothing quite like finding the rest in the arms of the person you love after a busy day. Isaiah feels invigorated and ready to challenge the world after a blissful slumber with the sim he cares the most. And that's so cute. It's very subtle, very small, but the Pancake One made a very nice mod for huge family game players who like stuff like that, like me. Like, I love simple things like that. Now, this next mod is very good to use if your sims are wanting to get married soon and you want to make the engagement process a little bit more personal. And this mod is made by Zero, and it's a mod where you can buy engagement rings. It's not like the My Wedding Stories idea, but I like the idea of buying an engagement ring and then being able to do simple things with it. So you go to your phone and you go to the shopping tab and click purchase engagement ring. And once you do that, your sim will have an option to choose which engagement ring they would like to buy based on how much money they have in their household funds. Now, Mr. Isaiah Roos here is broken than broke, but he has some money to spend. And what he will do is buy a regal crown ring for about 10,000 simoleons, and it will appear in his sim's inventory. Now, the way this is like very fun and very detailed is that you can actually personalize said ring, and you can like give it a name. You can also give it an inscription, and I think it's so adorable. But the other fun part about this mod is that you can also pass down said family ring heirloom to another sim who's like a little bit younger than you, and just like have a fun family heirloom for generations to come. But what I think is so cool is that we can propose with engagement ring with the ring that we bought from Zero's mod. And we'll have a selection saying this right here, and he's going to propose for the first time with the mod. And what will happen, he'll get down on one knee, showcase said ring. It's an old original ring from base game. She'll accept, or he'll accept, whoever. They'll kiss, and they'll be very happy. And it's so like very subtle. And once you actually propose with the purchase of the ring that you bought, it'll appear in their inventory from the other sim side. And it says where beloved ring, or whatever ring you have inscripted into B. And we can also sell it or destroy it, which is a very bad thing because that thing costs a pretty penny. But we can wear said ring, and then it will appear on your sim's finger right down here, which I think is very, very cute and adorable. You'll also get moodlets from pure joy from wearing engagement ring, and also being engaged, of course, as a regular type of moodlet. Now for the last and final mod for today is a mod by surleysims, where they converted the treehouse from growing together to change based off of the season: summer, spring, winter, and fall. And I think it's so cool to use, especially if you love realistic gameplay and family gameplay for your sims who live in the suburbs, the city, or in like the park. It makes the whole like treehouse experience more lifelike, just like real life. And I love stuff like that, because currently right now my sim Ask Marie is about to buy a treehouse for Winston for the summer season, and I'm so excited for him to adventure the whole like treehouse idea. But you do not need seasons for this to work. If you have seasons, it'll just convert automatically. But if you don't have seasons, what surleysims did is provide swatches for you to change the treehouse manually. That way, if you wanted a winter tree, you could have that, or a summer tree, or even a spring tree. So we have like a summer, fall, winter tree with no leaves on it. It gives it that realistic look that you're looking for. And especially if you have winter like already in the game, you'll have no leaves. But I like the idea of this. So we're actually going to change it to the default tree that we already have. And it already functions like a treehouse already. So they can build on it. They can convert it to whatever they want, change the like decorations, the whole 9 yards. But I'm going to show you what it looks like when it changes based off of the season. So right now we're currently in the summer season, but if we use a UI cheats mod to change said season to like the winter time, it'll change the tree with no leaves, where it's like literally bare, basic, and boring, but we can still work on building the tree to what we want. We can also change it to like the fall season, where we'll have fall leaves, or we can convert it to the spring season and it'll give us spring leaves. And I like the idea that it does change based off of the season, so it makes it a little bit more realistic for everyday gameplay. But with that being said, those are my top 12 must-have mods for better gameplay in The Sims 4 that I like to use. And so hopefully you have found a mod through this video that you would like to download for your own personal gameplay, because trust me, there are way more mods that I have in my game that I definitely want to showcase. But I wanted to show just a select few that I like using day in and day out. But overall, I hope you all enjoyed it. Make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe for more mod videos on this channel, because I have more to come. But like I said, I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!